everybody. Okay, now if you have trouble with setting boundaries, you find somebody coming on too strong, doing little things here, and just going into the wrong lane, and you don't know how to get people into the lane in your life, you need to set boundaries. And the only way to set boundaries is to first begin with a development and a plan. And we have Pam Byrd of Bird's Eye View. She's a boundaries and development coach.
Correct.
And she is also a corporate trainer. And she is here to join us today. Let's welcome Miss Pam Byrd. Thank you so much for being here. I have known you, we're not going to say forever because it makes both of us seem longer. That's not flattering at all. So, but tell us what you do. Tell us about you.
Okay, great. First of all, are you guys so excited about Danni J? I am so excited.
Me too.
She is taking on her second season, and I'm just so proud of her for what she's doing. I am here to help people to understand about the importance of setting healthy boundaries, but most importantly, to understand that there's a way that you can do that, and that's through the practice of journaling. And so I am a journaling practitioner, and I help people to understand how to use journaling to move forward in their lives and to eliminate some self-defeating patterns that they have. And a lot of times it has to do with building success on where you are, and there's different journaling styles that you can use to do that.
Okay, now we have a lot of people that talk about journaling. Mm-hmm. When you hear the word journaling, or when we hear the word journaling, what should we think about?
Well, there's something you think about. You think about cathartic journaling. This is a form of journaling, and that's typically what most people do. If you look on social media and you see a lot of posts, people are just kind of ranting, right? Well, what they're doing is cathartic journaling. But it doesn't go any further than that. When you don't take it to another level with another style, you end up just repeating the same drama and the same spewing that you're doing, and you never get to results. And so what I do is I help people understand how important journaling is. Not only that, but how there are different styles to help them to get to a different level in their lives.
What does journaling do for you besides help you get to the next level? What are some of the therapeutic benefits of journaling?
It's a great form of release. It's also a way to get to resolve, to get to resolution in your life. If there's any type of issues that you're dealing with, I can guarantee you there's a journaling style for that. You've heard there's an app for that. There's a journaling style for that.
Now, you've been journaling for how long now?
I've been journaling since I was 12 years old. I received my first diary. Remember we called it diary? I received that when I was 12 years old for my birthday, and I named her Kit Kat. Incidentally, Kit Kat is the name that the Diary of Anne Frank, she named her diary Kit Kat.
That's a lot of diaries. The only one I knew was like Jam back in the day when she was, Dear Diary. Remember that song? No, never mind. Okay, so, but okay, now when we go into the journal, a lot of times people write in a journal what they want themselves. They start off that. How do they go into the next level of being honest with the journal, and how important is it for us to be honest when writing in a journal?
Oh, you know what? This is something that I say. That life is like a chalkboard, and you hold the eraser. And the only way you can go back and eliminate any self-defeating patterns or learned behavior is if you erase it. But you can't erase it till you see it first. You got to see it on the board before you can do anything to erase it. So what journaling does is it allows you to go and see it for what it truly is, and then you use a particular journaling style to help you to delve or get to the core of it to see how to eliminate it. Here's the thing. Everybody makes decisions based on filters. Everyone has filter. If you think about your water faucet, we don't think about it, but there's a filter in there to make sure that we don't get all the debris. Sometimes we need to take a look at our filters and change them. And so what journaling does, it allows you to clean out that filter. Every decision that we make, every time you hear something on social media or someone having a conversation, their response or reaction is based on a filter. And so when you journal, you can get an idea of the filter that you have and be able to clean it so that you can think a lot more logically.
Okay. So the point of us journaling, if we're going through, say if we're grieving, is that one of the best times do we journal, whether you're happy, mad, sad, or glad, or do we have to wait for an emotional?
No, you journal whenever you feel like it. And you know, most people think that they say they don't journal because they don't do it every day. You don't have to journal every day. You journal when it's needed. And there's different styles for, depending on the situation that you're going through. If someone is depressed, if they're angry, any emotion that you're going through, you want to make sure you journal. Here's why. Because the enemy will do anything to prevent you from living your life on purpose, according to the way God wants you to. So what he does is he takes up too much real estate in our lives, in our heads, and in our hearts. And so when you journal, you're able to take control of your emotions and begin to develop a thought process. Because when you do that, you've eliminated all the emotion, all the gunk that's in the way to prevent you from moving forward based on a logical thought process to do what it is that you need to do. So the main goal in journaling is to get your emotions under control. How many times have you seen people, they're just spewing their emotions and they're reacting? Well, what journaling does is it helps you to respond versus to react. Because if you think about it, if a doctor puts one of those things on your knees and you jerk, right? Well, that's a knee-jerk reaction. Our emotions are knee-jerk. And when we can pull ourselves back and do some journaling, we can allow our head to overrule our heart. Then we can begin to make logical decisions. Another thing I like to do is make sure people understand there's a specific journaling style. It's called dialogical journaling.
No. Say it one more time.
It's called dialogical journaling.
Okay, I got it. Dialogical
journaling.
Journaling.
Yeah,
I got
that's a
journaling, but
form.
it's a dialogical. What does dialogical mean?
Basically, it's having a dialogue between your head and your heart. And a lot of times, like emotional intelligence. You guys have heard of emotional intelligence or EQ?
I'm not going to lie. Don't.
Okay.
What is it?
You've heard of IQ.
I did. I got that one.
You got that one.
What's the other one?
Well, EQ is emotional intelligence.
Okay.
And in order to be successful, you have to raise your level of EQ, or your emotional intelligence. If you think about anything you're doing in the office, wherever you go, there's always somebody that's out of control emotionally. And so let's say you have to have a conversation with someone at work and it's going to be pretty serious and you got to set some boundaries with people. Then what you want to do is have what I call dialogical journaling script. What that means is that you script out what that conversation should be, because once you do that, you've gotten the emotions out and you go to thought process. So when you got to go have a conversation with someone, you've already worked it out in your journal. Now you've got the thought process and you can go and have that conversation to set the proper boundaries that you need to set.
When we come back, everybody, we're going to continue our dialogue. Can I say dialogue?
Yes, you
our
can.
Dialogue and conversation with Pam Byrd of Bird's Eye View. We're going to be talking about setting boundaries and the importance of boundaries and development when we return with your sweet Danny J.